All right, welcome. Today we are jumping headfirst into one of the most intense and dramatic chapters in all of Revelation, chapter 18. This is it. This is where we see the final prophesied judgment and the complete annihilation of that great city, Babylon. So, how are we going to tackle this massive event? Well, we've broken it down into 5 key parts. We're going to start with the powerful announcement from an angel. Then we'll clear up the difference between the 2 Babylons in Revelation. After that, we'll hear the urgent warning for God's people to get out, see how the world mourns this incredible loss, and finally, we'll witness heaven's absolute, final judgment.
You know, this chapter really just opens with a bang. Right after everything that went down in chapter 17, another angel comes down from heaven. And this isn't just any angel. The text says he has incredible authority, and his glory lights up the whole earth. His proclamation, well, it changes everything.
Just listen to the power in those words. The angel roars with a mighty voice that Babylon has fallen. Not that it will fall, but that it's already done. From heaven's perspective, the judgment is already complete. And the reason why is laid out right there. The city has become totally, utterly demonic. And you got to understand, this isn't just some poetic metaphor for a wicked place. The interpretation here is that this is talking about the literal city of Jerusalem. During the end times, it's going to become the global headquarters for the beast, a physical hub for open Satan worship and demonic power right here on earth. So why such a catastrophic judgment? Well, the text is pretty clear. Babylon's corruption wasn't contained, it was exported to the entire world. You see, the beast was smart. He used the city's incredible wealth and power as bait. To get in on its lucrative global trade, he had to take the mark. To enjoy its sensual pleasures, you were pulled into demonic worship. It was a whole system designed to corrupt everyone. Okay, let's pause here because this next point is absolutely crucial, and honestly, it trips a lot of people up. The Babylon that gets destroyed here in chapter 18 is not the same thing as the Babylon the harlot from chapter 17. They're 2 different things, and we need to break down why. And this is where it all clicks into place. In chapter 17, we were looking at a corrupt religious system, the harlot, that was actually destroyed by the beast himself. But here, in chapter 18, we're talking about the literal city, the economic and political capital of the beast's empire. And this city isn't destroyed by the beast, it's destroyed directly by God. 2 totally different entities, 2 totally different destructions.
But then, right in the middle of all this impending chaos, another voice cuts through from heaven. And this one isn't a voice of judgment. It's a voice of incredible mercy, an urgent, last-minute warning for any of God's people who are still inside that city.
Wow, I mean, that is a direct command. Come out of her, my people. It's a call for total separation. Think about that. God is carving out an escape route for his people right before the final hammer falls, and he gives them 2 very specific reasons why they have to leave and leave now. So, the warning has 2 really clear goals. First, to avoid spiritual pollution. The longer they stay, the more they risk getting sucked into the city's corrupt values and sins. And second, to avoid physical punishment. Because when God's plagues are unleashed, you do not want to be anywhere near ground zero. It's a call to save both their souls and their lives. You know, this judgment doesn't come out of nowhere. It's not some impulsive act. The text says her sins have piled up as high as heaven. And that phrase, that should sound familiar. It's a direct echo of the Tower of Babel, another story of humanity's pride building itself up to defy God. The bill has come due. The time for judgment has been remembered.
So, the city is destroyed. How does the rest of the world react? Well, as the smoke rises, we see 3 specific groups of people weeping and mourning. But their tears, well, they're not for the reasons you might think.
First up, you've got the kings of the earth. These are the world leaders who got rich and lived these incredibly indulgent, luxurious lives because they were in bed with Babylon. They're not crying for the millions of people who just died. No, they're crying because their personal source of power and pleasure just went up in smoke.
Next are the merchants, the big-time CEOs and business leaders, and their mourning is even more shameless. They literally start listing their inventory: gold, silver, pearl, silk, and they weep because their #1 customer is gone. Their entire global market has just vanished. Yeah, their grief is all about the bottom line.
And finally, you've got the sailors and the ship captains. Basically, everyone involved in the global supply chain that fueled Babylon's consumerism. And just like the others, they see the smoke from a distance, but they are terrified to get any closer, afraid they'll get caught in the same judgment.
Are you seeing the pattern here? Every single one of them stands far away, watching. They're all mourning for themselves, for their lost money, their lost luxury. They all keep repeating how sudden it was, how it all came crashing down in 1 hour. But here's the kicker. For all their weeping and wailing, not a single one of them repents. So while the world is crying over its lost prophets, heaven is rejoicing. And to really hammer home just how final and irreversible this judgment is, another powerful angel performs this incredible symbolic act to show everyone that Babylon is gone for good. I mean, just picture this scene. A millstone. A massive stone so heavy it usually takes a donkey to even turn it, is effortlessly lifted by a mighty angel and just hurled into the sea. The symbolism here is just undeniable. Just like that stone violently sinks and disappears forever, so will this great city be completely and violently removed from the face of the earth.
And really pay attention to that last part, and will not be found any longer. This is way beyond just destruction. We're talking about total erasure. And the angel goes on to list exactly what that means.
And this list is absolutely chilling when you think about it. It's the complete end of all human culture and life. No more music or art. No more industry or work. No more grinding of grain to make food. No more light from a lamp in the darkness. And maybe saddest of all, no more weddings. No more love. No more new beginnings. The silence is total. This is the very definition of desolation.
So the story of Babylon the Great really leaves us with a pretty tough question, doesn't it? The city's entire downfall came from its obsession with the things of this world. So it kind of holds up a mirror and forces us to ask ourselves, which of these things, our passions, our pursuit of pleasure, our possessions, or our desire for power, is the biggest temptation in our own lives? It's a heavy question, but it's one worth thinking about long after we finish this chapter.